He's a little.
That's okay. He's not doing what he's supposed to be doing though. You know why you're here, right?
Yes, sir.
Why are you here?
Criminal trespass. His mother.
You have bond violations.
He's currently living in a group home, Your Honor, and he's back on his medication. So we're getting that taken care of right now. We got a hold of his caregiver, and that's who got him here, make sure that he was here today. The last time the caregiver got to the house late, he didn't get the information. That's why he wasn't present. But me and Gloria worked on getting the caregiver the information, and that's why he's here this morning. So he's.
Ms. Garza, do me a favor, remind me of the facts of the case, what happened, because I don't remember Mr. Blake's case. If you can just give me a brief rendition, Blake.
Officers were dispatched for a disturbance call, and the CW is the defendant's mother. He would not leave the property, and the first time officers arrived, he had already left, and then he came back. Officers came back and arrested him for not leaving and making threats to
That's why
his mom.
I was
So-
living there.
Sorry,
Living there at the time. He had all his things there.
but she didn't want him there, right?
Apparently, after whatever was going on at the time. But again, I believe it had something to do with his being unmedicated. We're taking care of that now with the group home. He's got a group home now. He's getting stabilized with his medication. So we're trying to get to a resolution now.
I guess my question and my only concern is the complaining witness and whether he's tried to go back and harass her again.
Your
They
Honor,
just
I
spoke to
spoke
her.
with the complaining witness myself, and
And?
she stated that this issue was just due to him not being on medication and drugs. And that now that he's been on medication and been in the group home, that he's improved significantly and there hasn't been any more incidents.
Damn. Look at that.
So
We moving in the right direction.
she did say that she wishes for a condition that would be to take medicine and no drugs.
That's something that we're gonna be struggling with for the remainder of his existence.
Yeah, we've done that, correct, Ms. Garza? Have we not put a condition that he's got to continue to take his medication? I would have to imagine that we did that as part of this condition.
Just they were asking Mr. Raina, will you allow him to do a payment plan?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
For sure.
I don't see that as a specific condition.
But we recognize that ourselves, Your Honor, that he needs to continue to be medicated. Correct.
So remember that, so he just got another PR bond because you were just released from custody, Mr. Blake. One of the conditions that the magistrate set was that you were not to have contact with Jeanette Wiltz. You understand? If you violate this, it's not going to go well for you. I'm now adding on an additional condition that you must take your prescribed medication. What are you taking?
Yes, sir. I have to.
What are you taking?
Oh, segments.
Yeah, that's
They
good.
they change it every month also.
They're trying to figure out, they're trying to get him, to an equal spot.
I'm already off there in Vegas shot and everything. Now I'm on difficult. I know it's difficult as one of them.
We don't have to tell.
So understand, you will not get another PR bond. Mr. Blake, you violate these conditions again. This is your first time. I'm not going to play this game again with you. I promise you that. I don't care if you have Jesus next to you with Trinidad. You understand?
Sure.
I know that Trinidad gets a little testy, but I'm not playing games with you. You
Amen.
must take your medication, no contact, unless we know she wants to have contact with you. Do you understand?
Sure.
Okay.
Thank you. Your Honor.
We'll give you
Appreciate it.
normal receipt. Thank you. Hey. What is the one thing we asked you not to do, Mr. Luna?
Don't do the same thing.
You now stand charged again with unlawful carrying of a weapon. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. Okay,
On June 25th, 2024, officers observed a vehicle fail to signal a turn prior to turning in Harris County, Texas. Upon viewing the traffic violation, officers activated emergency lights and conducted a traffic stop. Officers made contact with the driver, who was identified as a defendant. Officers observed the defendant acting very nervous, hands shaking, and not making direct eye contact after asked if there was anything illegal in the vehicle. Defendant advised that there was nothing illegal in the car, and when asked to search the vehicle, he declined the search. Defendant was then asked to step out of the vehicle and was detained. K-9 Hero was deployed on the vehicle, where he then alerted on the back driver's side door. Upon conducting a probable cause search, officers located a black backpack located behind the passenger seat. The backpack contained 2 mason jars containing marijuana with a combined weight of 2.4 ounces. Officers then located 7 THC vape devices with a combined weight of 4.20 ounces and a small black scale. Officers searching the vehicle further discovered an unholstered black Smith & Wesson 9mm under the front driver's seat that was loaded.
Mr. Luna, do you have a Texas driver license?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have liability insurance in your name?
Yes, sir.
You see,
Probable's running it.
I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication, and no slinging. I'm now taking you into custody because you violated the conditions that I asked you not to do. Number 1. Number 2, if you get out, your bond conditions are going to be so strict, you're going to flip. And I'm going to tell you now, you violate again, I will deem you a public danger and make it sky high. Do you understand? He goes with you.
Your Honor, his license was eligible.
Okay, thanks. All right. Good morning, Mr. Raina.
Morning, Judge.
So you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You guys have worked out an agreement. They're offering you 3 days in jail, credit for the 1 day that you've done.
Sir.
It's a real shame that this didn't work out. I bet in 15, 20 years, you're going to look at today and go, damn it, why didn't I make it work out? I'm such an idiot. But some people only learn one way. You had the opportunity. It is what it is. So understand that this charge is going to go on your record. It's going to be there for the rest of your life. It's even there after you die. I'm going to tell you that if you're ever pulled over, the first thing an officer is going to do is they're going to look up your record. They're going to see that you have a DWI in your record. If they come up to your window and they smell alcohol or dope, you think they're going to be nice to you? Right. They will not. They're going to, every time from now on you get pulled over, you're going to get harassed. And if you look, perception is reality. If you look like a thug, they're going to treat you like a thug. So get ready to be searched every single time. What we're doing today will not happen again. From now on, you'll be facing a minimum of 30 days. And I'm going to tell you, you come here with another DWI, you'll be doing a substantial amount of time in jail. You understand me? If you're not smart enough to consider how to get home on a night of drinking, we will treat you like a child, put you over my knee and spank you with a ton of jail time. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you are not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization. You give up the right to appeal. So once you accept this agreement, you can never change this or undo this. You give up the right to appeal. Do you understand?
Sir.
How do you plead to the offense of driving while intoxicated?
Guilty.
I will find you guilty. Sentence you to 3 days in jail, credit for 1. I'm going to suspend your license for 180 days. Do not drive until you get a license. Good luck to you, sir. Thanks, Mark. Yes, sir.
Thanks.
Hi. No, I'm not waiting. I'm not running. Didn't he just now get to court?
No, he was here earlier when I told you he's the one that called earlier.
Right. But that was at like, but like at 11 o'clock, 11:15.
Car had messed up, so I had to get a tow truck. But I left on the
Dude,
side and I had to
Mr.
get a
Aguilar,
ride.
we're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You're charged with yet another possession of marijuana. This is number 4. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Okay, Logan.
On August 12th, 2024, at about 1 in the morning. Stop on a vehicle. Stopping past the stoplight at a red light. Officers observed the odor of marijuana upon approach. The defendant was the operator of the car. PC search uncovered marijuana in the back of the front passenger seat. The defendant admitted the marijuana was 15.5 grams.
So the stop was for stopping in front of a red light?
It's the little white line. He passed into the intersection.
Sir,
I guess into the crosswalk.
the officer told me something else that he pulled me up.
You have the right to remain silent. Exercise that right. I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Mr. Aguilar, do you have a Texas driver license?
Yeah.
Can you run his license, Logan, please?
Yeah. This is suspended, Your Honor.
Because when I got pulled over, I showed him my license.
Just because you have a license doesn't mean that it's valid. At some point, you may have to renew it, you may have to do something else, or you may have tickets, and if you don't take care of it, they suspend your license. Your license is now suspended. They just checked with DPS. You will be signing an affidavit, which is a promise that you're going to make with me, Mr. Jameson Aguilar, that you're not to use or drive any car whatsoever. And if I find that you do, I will have a contempt hearing. You'll be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you get into a car. And I don't care what you do. I don't care where you're going. I don't care how you try to justify it. You will be doing a lot of time in jail. Do you understand me? I'm also ordering you not to use any alcohol or illegal drugs. How old are you? How old are you?
So
What do you do for a living?
I sell cars sometimes, and I work once in a while. I had a job, but I got fired from my job, so I'm looking for a job. I'll be doing little side jobs and stuff.
Where do you live?
I know you, Rosin.
How much dope was in the car?
It was 15.5 grams, Your Honor. Additionally, when I read his driver's license, it looked like his license had 12 current suspensions for driving without insurance.
How many?
12.
You have 12? Did you say 12 tickets?
12 suspensions. I assume those are long.
Yeah, all the suspensions are DWLI, and right under the DWLI, it says no liability insurance, and that looks to be like indefinite, so.
Did you hear what they just said?
Yes, sir.
12 different suspended license cases. If I see you drive, I will literally hit the roof because I will be so upset. And if I get upset, I'm going to unleash on you, and it's not going to be in a good way. I'm now sending you for a drug test, and I'm ordering you to come back again tomorrow so we can talk about it. And when you come back at 8:30 in the morning, not at 11, not at 10:02, not at 11:42, 8:30 in your seat tomorrow. Do you understand? Then we will talk about your situation as far as what you're doing with work, whether you graduated high school, and what you're doing with your life. Mr. Jameson Aguilar, you have now from 2021, a prior evading arrest, a felony theft from a person, another theft, an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, fleeing, attempting elude police officers, possession of marijuana, possession of marijuana, possession of marijuana. It changes now. Do you understand?
I don't, like, I don't get in trouble. It's just little stuff. Been changed my life around. I'm a whole
You done
different
changed
person.
nothing. If you think you've changed, then I'm Dorothy from the Wizard of
I
Oz.
don't get in trouble. I don't do no dumb stuff, not no crash dummy, none of that. That's when I was 17, 18 years old. I'm 22.
You're in front of me now with another criminal case. And if you don't think this is nothing,
It's because I buy cars and I ain't
Stop.
clean my car. That's what
Mr. Aguilar, I'm sending you for a drug test now. And then I want you back here tomorrow. And we are going to examine your life in full to see where we go from here, to make sure that you end up on the up and up. Do you understand? That's what we're doing.
you send me for a drug test and I'm gonna come out
Right.
at the end.
I know you're gonna be
Be straight
dirty,
up.
but I want to know. I know you're going to be dirty. I want to know what is in your system. And I want to know. And if you fail to show up tomorrow, or if you fail to go for the drug test right now, I'm going to make your bond so high, your head's going to be spinning 30 miles an hour. Do you understand? Okay. So Billy, do you mind having him sign a reset for tomorrow? And then he's going to be with Rachel.
Page 1, Ackerman.
Good morning, Miss Ackerman. Ma'am, you're charged with prostitution. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you.
Law enforcement saw on heroes.com under the escort section when he observed an advertisement of a female in the Houston area. Detective Patterson called the phone number provided and made contact with the defendant. They met at a hotel room in Harris County, Texas, where she agreed to perform oral sex for $1,000. Once payment was made, the defendant was arrested.
Okay. Ms. Ackerman, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Let me see. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to participate in this activity again. If you violate this, I will put you in jail. You will not get any more PR bonds, man. I will give you a lawyer so that you can speak to the lawyer today so we can figure out where we go from here. But this is not a good thing. Okay. So for now, I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign and reset. After that, I'll have you take a seat in the jury box. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions. Otherwise, I'll issue a warrant and then I'll have you talk to a lawyer here momentarily. Okay. That way to sign a reset and then to the jury box.
All right.
They say